name's Jen Gardiner. I am an actor, entrepreneur, and cake artist located near Toronto, Ontario. So I didn't have the standard, I've been wanting to do this since I was a little girl type story. I actually went through all of my school years wanting to be a neonatal surgeon, which is the doctors that work on the babies when they're in the mummy's tummies. It just so happens that I got pregnant early, so I had my first son when I was 20 years old. And during that pregnancy, I was really bored. So I was in a Michael's craft store with my mom, and we saw cake decorating lessons when we were checking out our stuff. So we registered for cake decorating lessons, and from there I started getting orders from family and friends and outside of family and friends, and I ended up registering a cake decorating company when I was 20 years old. So towards the later years of owning that company, I was asked to do a monthly teaching segment on Rogers TV, and when that show ended, one of the producers knew that I had loved doing drama and musicals and that type of stuff in school and said I should try out for it. And I ended up trying out for that, and I landed a lead role in that TV series. I was asked to audition for the other show that the production company was doing. I ended up with a supporting role in that series. And then I started taking acting classes, and I absolutely love professionally acting. I wouldn't change anything about it. Between those two, I also started a second company teaching marketing from all the things that I had learned from doing my cake business, because I had to learn all this stuff for it. So that's sort of how I got from A to Z. It was just a series of events, and the cake decorating business was actually the catalyst for all of them. And again, I wouldn't change a thing. I love being a multi-hyphenate. I love being a cake artist, an entrepreneur, and an actor right now. So yeah, that's how I got to here. So there are a couple things that motivate me to keep going when it gets hard. For one, it helps working with amazing people. I have had the privilege of working with incredible cast and crew with pretty much all of the productions I've been on. I can't name one set where I've actually had a bad experience, which is amazing. The other thing that motivates me to keep going is my why. I want to leave this planet better than I found it, and I feel the career paths I've chosen, being an entrepreneur, even being a cake artist, and being a professional actor, will allow me to do that in the long run. And that's my ultimate goal. No matter what I'm doing, I want to leave this planet better than I found it. So that constantly motivates me to keep going. And then the third thing is always, everything's a blessing or a lesson. I heard that saying back when I was taking a course with a really incredibly smart person last year named Jim Fortin. Everything in your life is a blessing or a lesson. And just everything that I go through is just teaching me and helping me move down my path further. So even when it's hard, this is a lesson I need to learn to get me to the next step in my life, so that I can have that large impact in the world that I really want to have in a positive way. I think if I had to choose, there's actually two favorites for this industry. I love getting to be creative on set. I'm a creative person, so I love developing these characters and getting to actually act out the scripts and stuff on set. That's one of my favorite things. And the other is just being on set with such incredibly talented and amazing individuals, cast and crew. I've had the privilege of working with some amazing people that become like friends and family. So those are two of my favorite aspects. I know I was supposed to choose one, but those are two of my favorite aspects of being in the entertainment industry. My least favorite part of this industry? I know I shouldn't say it, but I would have to say auditioning. But that aspect's actually getting better for me. It's becoming less nerve-wracking as I get more practice auditioning. Auditioning's a skill all on its own. You would think that it'd be like the same as being on set, but it's not. It's a completely different skill set, auditioning. And it can be nerve-wracking, especially doing in-person auditions. This pandemic has moved everything to being virtual right now, doing self-tapes, like just basically talking to a camera like you and I are doing right now, or doing Zoom auditions, which are still a little nerve-wracking because they're live. But yeah, my least favorite part would probably be doing live auditions just because of nerves. But again, I'm working on that and it's getting better. So it's not as bad as it used to be doing in-person auditions for me, for my nerves. Yeah, so that would probably be my least favorite, but again, I'm working on that. Yeah. My words of wisdom for aspiring artists. I think this is a two-parter, something that I've learned. that you don't always have to follow the path that everybody keeps telling you it has to be. For example, in this industry, they tell you that you have to go up this certain ladder to get to be an A-lister, and that it's a hard industry and that not a lot of people make it in this industry. Flip the stories. You don't have to go down that ladder or up that ladder or down that path because somebody said that's how it has to go. Find your own path, find your own way. Don't let somebody discourage you because they said it has to be that way and you don't think you can do it that way or you're ever going to get there. Change the path. Not the destination, just change the path. Change how you're going to get there. If you want to be an A-list actor, you go be an A-list actor. You don't necessarily have to do it the way somebody else said you have to do it. So that's my first part of my advice. And in that advice is the second part to that, where you speak and think your life into existence, which is something I've learned. The things you say to yourself in your mind and out loud translate into what's happening into your life. So if you think something's hard, it's going to be hard because that's what you think it is. So flip the story, flip I can't talk anymore. This entertainment industry is hard. Flip that into, no, this entertainment industry is rewarding. I am going to be one of those actors that makes it. I am going to be an A-list name. I am going to make an impact in this world. I get to do this, not I have to do this. Change and flip the stories. So that's my best advice to aspiring artists is just because somebody tells you something has to go a certain way, doesn't mean it does. Find your own path and change the stories and beliefs you're telling yourself so that you are successful.